Imagine waking up one day, only to find that your entire existence, your family, your friends, everything you've known, has been reset, erased by an unseen force from beyond the stars. Now, picture a single red button resting in the palm of your hand, with the power to turn back time, giving humanity one last chance to defy the unstoppable and reclaim its stolen destiny. In a world where survival is a luxury, one decision could rewrite the fate of billions. The story you are about to witness takes you to the brink of annihilation, where humanity's last hope hinges on a button and the courage to press it. Our story unfolds in the aftermath of Earth's greatest defeat. The alien empire known as the Ruzari has ravaged our planet, stripping it of resources and enslaving its people. Their technology is unmatched, their cruelty legendary. Yet, in the darkest hour, a sliver of hope emerges, a mysterious device capable of altering the very fabric of time. But there's a catch: pressing the button will reset everything, erasing all memories, sacrifices, and progress. A fresh start, but at what cost? As the clock ticks down, a group of survivors must grapple with the ethical dilemmas and unimaginable consequences of their choice. Will they risk it all for another chance, or succumb to the tyranny that seeks to enslave them forever? With each heartbeat, tension mounts. Leaders clash over the morality of tampering with time, families are torn apart by fear, and heroes rise from the ashes, willing to sacrifice everything for a future they may never see. As the Ruzari close in, the fight for survival becomes a battle for the soul of humanity itself. Through breathtaking battles, heart-wrenching sacrifices, and the relentless pursuit of freedom, this tale explores the limits of human resilience and the lengths we'll go to protect what's ours. As alliances are tested and destinies rewritten, the question remains: if you had the power to change everything, would you press the button? Stay with us as we delve into the struggles, the heartbreak, and the victories that define the human spirit. Discover the cost of a second chance and the price of defiance in the face of impossible odds. Witness how one button, one choice, and one moment can redefine history. As the Ruzari prepare for their final onslaught, our heroes must confront the ultimate decision. Will they reset the world, forging a new path forward, or will they face extinction, standing defiant in the face of an empire that knows no mercy? Brace yourself for an epic journey filled with suspense, action, and raw emotion. This is not just a story of survival, it is a testament to the indomitable will of humanity. Press the button, and let the saga begin. The sky is no longer blue. A sickly shade of deep purple stretches across the horizon, where the remnants of shattered space stations flicker like dying embers against the void. The air carries the acrid stench of burned metal and ozone, remnants of the final battle that humanity never won. Once, towering cities reached for the heavens, pulsing with light and ambition. Now, they stand as skeletal ruins, their broken spires clawing at the sky like the fingers of the dead. The ground trembles sporadically, aftershocks from orbital bombardments that ended long ago but still echo through the bones of a dying world. The silence is heavy, unnatural. No hum of electricity, no murmur of life, only the distant groan of twisted steel swaying in the wind. Ash drifts through the streets like ghostly snowflakes, settling over rusting vehicles and collapsed highways. The earth itself feels abandoned, forgotten by the stars that once guided it. Above, the Ruzari warships loom like gods of a forsaken pantheon. Their colossal forms blot out patches of the sky, their hulls adorned with the scars of conquest. They hover in eerie stillness, their presence a constant reminder of dominion, of chains wrapped around an entire species. In the distance, the remnants of humanity huddle in the shadows of what was once a beacon of civilization. Underground tunnels serve as homes, their walls lined with stolen technology and the whispers of resistance. Food is scarce. Hope even scarcer. The last radio transmission crackled days ago, nothing since. No calls for help, no desperate pleas, just static. And then, there's the button. A relic of impossible science, it sits in the heart of the ruins, hidden from alien eyes. Smooth, unmarked, yet humming with energy beneath its surface. No one knows where it came from. Some say it was left behind by a race older than time, others whisper that it was built by the last scientists before the fall. One thing is certain, it offers a chance. A reset. A way to undo everything. But time is running out. The Ruzari tighten their grip. The last ember of resistance flickers in the cold. And in the ruins of a lost world, a decision waits to be made. The glow of the button pulses faintly in the darkness, its smooth surface untouched, waiting. A hum radiates from within, like a heartbeat, steady, expectant. It should not exist, not in a world so thoroughly broken. And yet, it does. Outside, the world groans under the weight of its oppressors. The Ruzari patrols move through the ruins with eerie precision, their towering figures wrapped in obsidian armor, their glowing visors sweeping the streets for signs of life. Their presence is a silent decree, resistance is futile. Deep in the underground tunnels, a gathering of survivors huddles around dim, flickering lights. Arguments ripple through the stale air, voices sharp, fractured by desperation. The button is at the center of it all, a miracle or a curse, depending on who you ask. Press it, and everything resets. The war, the loss, the suffering, undone in an instant. But what does that mean? Do they wake up to a world before the invasion? Or do they lose themselves entirely, erased like footprints in the sand? Fear and anger collide. Some believe it's a trap, a cruel trick left by the Ruzari to shatter what little resolve remains. Others see it as salvation, the only way to reclaim what was stolen. But no one knows for sure. A distant explosion rumbles through the tunnels, sending dust spiraling from the ceiling. The Ruzari are close. Too close. Their war machines, relentless in their pursuit, are tightening the noose around humanity's last breath. The button sits in silence. No promises. No warnings. Just a choice waiting to be made. Outside, the patrols halt. A low, guttural sound fills the air, a Ruzari war signal. They found something. Time is running out. Press the button, or face extinction. The tunnel shakes violently. Dust and debris rain down from the cracked ceiling, and the stale air fills with the choking scent of scorched metal and burning circuits. The Ruzari have found the entrance. Their war machines hum to life above, mechanical limbs slicing through the rubble, clearing a path. The survivors freeze. Fear grips them like a vice. There's no more time for debate. No more time for second guesses. A sharp, rhythmic beeping cuts through the silence, short-range scanners. The Ruzari are searching for life signatures. If they linger even a second longer, they will be found. Then comes the voice. At first, it's just static crackling through an old comm unit, an obsolete device salvaged from a wreckage long before. But then, the static shifts, forming words. If you can hear this, you don't have much time. The button is real. It works. But it won't just reset time. It resets you. Everything you are, everything you remember, gone. But it's the only chance you have. The survivors stare at one another, horrified. This was the missing piece, the truth they never considered. Resetting the world means erasing themselves. There will be no second attempt, no memories carried forward. A decision must be made. A deafening crash shakes the tunnels again, closer this time. The war machines are in. Red emergency lights flicker to life, casting shadows along the tunnel walls. The survivors scramble, grabbing whatever weapons they have left. They are outnumbered. Outgunned. The button pulses once, as if sensing the urgency. A single press, and the war never happened. Humanity would never fall. But those who press it will never know what they sacrificed to save it. A Ruzari drone descends into the chamber, its glowing red eye scanning, locking on. An alarm blares. No more time. No more choices. Someone lunges for the button. The world goes white. Then, a gasp. The air is thick and damp, carrying the scent of rain-soaked earth. The sky, once bruised and shattered, is now a vast expanse of soft grey, clouds drifting lazily as if the universe had never known war. The ruins are gone. The fire, the smoke, the screams, wiped clean. But something is wrong. The memories are missing. All of them. Scattered across an unfamiliar landscape, survivors awaken, clutching at their heads as if their minds had been hollowed out. They don't know their names. They don't know each other. They don't know what they've done. The only thing they know, deep in their bones, is that something isn't right. They are strangers in their own world. The city around them is pristine, untouched by war. Towering skyscrapers gleam under the soft morning sun. Neon lights flicker advertisements in languages they can't recognize. Pedestrians walk by, oblivious, their faces unbothered, unaware that reality itself has been rewritten. No one remembers the Rosari. No one remembers the war. Except them. The survivors exchange uneasy glances, their hearts pounding. How do they know something is missing when they can't recall what it is? A dull ache lingers in their minds, like an echo of something lost. Faces, voices, names, they're there, just out of reach, slipping through their fingers the harder they try to grasp them. And then, in the reflection of a mirrored building, a figure stands where no one should. Tall. Inhuman. A silhouette of shifting shadows, its form crackling like static in a broken transmission. A whisper slithers through the air, curling around their ears like smoke. You thought you erased us? A pulse of electricity shoots through the city, lights flickering, machines halting mid-motion. The people around them freeze, their movement stuttering unnaturally, heads snapping toward the survivors in unison. Something is terribly, terribly wrong. They reset the world. But they didn't erase the Rosari. They brought them back with them. The hum of something massive stirs beneath their feet, a force awakening, realizing that its prey has returned. And now, it remembers them, too. The city shudders. Glass trembles in its frames. Streetlights flicker. The air grows thick, heavy with something unseen but unmistakably alive. The survivors feel it pressing against their skulls, an invisible force, an unspoken warning. Then, a whisper. Not words, but something deeper. A presence. A memory trying to resurface. Their minds split open like cracked glass, and suddenly, they remember. The war. The ruins. The Rosari. The button. The choice. And with that memory comes the realization they weren't supposed to remember. The reset wasn't perfect. Something went wrong. Their hands shake as the pieces fall into place. This world, it isn't real. Or at least, it isn't how it should be. It's a fabrication, a carefully reconstructed lie stitched together to bury the truth. The people around them, the ones who had frozen moments ago, aren't human. They are placeholders, echoes of a past that was never meant to return. Their eyes gleam unnaturally in the flickering city lights, their bodies just slightly wrong. One of the survivors staggers back, gasping. The mirrored buildings around them warp, bending like liquid metal. A shadowed figure steps forward, tall, distorted, its form struggling to stay solid in this broken world. A voice, low, resonant, filled with amusement. Did you really think you could erase us? The Rosari never lost. They adapted. When the reset was triggered, they hacked reality itself. Instead of being erased, they rewrote the world to trap the survivors inside a version where humanity never resisted, where they had already won. And now, the survivors are anomalies. Glitches. The city pulses again. The ground beneath them shifts, pixelates, flickering between what is and what was. One of them grips their head, overwhelmed by the realization. If they stay here, the Rosari will erase them for good. But if this world is fake, that means there's a way out. A back door. They just have to find it, before the Rosari do. The lights above them flicker one last time. Then, the sky cracks. Fractures of light ripple across the heavens, revealing the darkness beneath, a void, shifting, watching. The city glitches violently, buildings twisting and collapsing in on themselves as the simulation begins to unravel. The Rosari are coming. The survivors run. Their breaths are ragged, their minds still catching up to the horrifying truth. The world around them flickers between realities, the war-torn ruins they once knew and the pristine, artificial streets that try to replace them. They are caught between two versions of existence, and neither will hold much longer. Then, it appears. The architect. A towering mass of shifting darkness, its form constantly reshaping, rewriting itself. This is no ordinary Rosari, it is the entity that controls the reset, the master of this fabricated world. Its voice is a chorus of whispers, crawling into their heads. You were not meant to wake up. The ground splits beneath them as the architect raises an arm, its power warping reality itself. A wave of erasure spreads outward, devouring the false world and everything in it. One survivor, the one who pressed the button, remembers something else. A failsafe. The real world may be gone, but the reset's core still exists somewhere. If they can override it, they can break free, but only if someone reaches it before the architect does. The group splits. Some fight, using what little they have left to hold the Rosari off. Others sprint toward the core, dodging collapsing buildings, navigating the unstable, shifting terrain. The architect descends upon them, its form unraveling into tendrils of black static, each one reaching, consuming, deleting. The survivor leading the charge sees it, a glowing rift, pulsing with unstable energy, hidden beneath the city's foundations. The reset's beating heart. The real escape. But the architect is fast. The world screams as it collapses. The survivor lunges. A blinding white light engulfs them as they make contact. Everything goes silent. And then, a breath. The world is still. For a moment, there is only the feeling of weightlessness, of drifting between something and nothing. Then, slowly, consciousness returns. The survivor blinks. They are lying on solid ground, but it's different. The air is crisp, real, no longer the artificial, sterile perfection of the false city. Above them, the sky is blue, streaked with golden light from a rising sun. Not broken. Not glitched. Real. They push themselves up, heart pounding. Around them, others stir, those who survived, those who remembered. They are back. But where? The ruins of the old world are gone. So is the fabricated city. What remains is something new, a world neither destroyed nor controlled. For the first time, the reset worked. But not as intended. A survivor reaches out, running their fingers through the soil. It is fresh, untouched by war. Trees stand tall, vibrant with life. In the distance, a river glimmers under the early sunlight. A second chance. But something lingers. The Rosari are gone, or at least, they seem to be. The architect was consumed in the final reset, its presence erased along with the broken world. But was it truly destroyed, or merely watching, waiting? One survivor, the one who pressed the button in the beginning, stands apart from the group. They stare at their reflection in the river, and pause. Their eyes flicker. A glint of something unnatural, something left behind. A scar of the old world. They don't tell the others. Instead, they turn to face the horizon, where a new world waits to be shaped. The past is gone. The future is unwritten. But deep inside, they know, this isn't over. It never truly is. And somewhere, in the silence between realities, something stirs. Watching. Waiting. The wind carries whispers. Faint, distant, but there. The survivors walk forward, leaving behind the remnants of a world that should never have existed. The sun rises higher, its warmth real against their skin. They have won. They are free. Or so they think. As they disappear into the horizon, something glows faintly in the dirt. A fragment. A sliver of the old world, of the reset. It hums softly, pulsing with quiet energy, like a heartbeat waiting to be heard. Somewhere, **** in the depths of reality, in the shadows between worlds, ****, the architect is not gone. It is learning. Evolving. And next time, it won't make the same mistake. Next time, the reset won't be a prison. It will be a trap. Final thoughts and call to action. This was only the beginning. The reset wasn't just a one-time event, it was an experiment. A test. If humanity barely survived this time, what happens when the next reset comes? And more importantly, who will be pressing the button next? If you want to uncover the next chapter, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and stay tuned. Because the story isn't over. Not even close.